An Amazing Occurrence. During a school break, I tended to oxen at Nong Chan, which was about 1 kilometer away from our village. I was only 11 years old at the time when something amazing occurred. I was lying down underneath a tree, staring at a leaf as it swayed in the breeze. As I was staring at the leaf, I could see it very clearly. My mind and eyes locked on it with practically unblinking focus. As I intensely concentrated on the leaf, my body and mind, citta, were oddly light. I didn't know what was going on. I wasn't thinking about anything. My mind was perfectly still and focused. I wasn't reciting a meditative phrase, parikama. I simply stilled my mind and focused on the leaf. After a while of staring at it, it was as if the leaf was stuck in my eye. I felt like I could see the leaf with incredible clarity. Then the leaf gradually started to shrink. I trained both my eyes and my mind on it, not letting it slip from my focus. The leaf progressively shrank until I could no longer see it, and then it ultimately disappeared. Once the leaf vanished, my mind felt faint and a bright light enveloped me, then radiated outward, casting the light onto everything. The light was soft, bright, and amazing. This had never happened to me before. The light expanded far and wide. Wherever the light traveled, I could know and see things. If I wanted to know something somewhere, I would focus the mind, citta, and I would know and see it. Regardless of whether that subject was near or far, it could be known and seen very clearly. If I wanted to see what people were doing in the village, I could see what each person was doing. Some were lying about, some sitting around talking. If I wanted to know what they were talking about, I could focus the citta and hear every single word. If I wanted to see something, I just focused the citta and I would see everything. Nothing was hidden. I don't know how long this went on. While it was happening, I was physically numb. Then the sensation slowly waned and dulled. I returned to reality and realized that I was taking a break in the fields with the oxen. I reviewed each step that had occurred and tried to figure it all out. In all my life, this had never occurred. I retraced my steps from when I began to look at the leaf fluttering in the breeze. As I glanced at the leaf, I saw that it still continued to flutter in the breeze. I remembered that I had focused the citta on the fluttering leaf and that I had stared at it. The citta was stuck on the leaf as if I weren't blinking at all. The leaf then appeared to drift down to my eye, and I could see it very clearly. Then it shrank smaller and smaller. I focused the citta on the leaf, and eventually the leaf became so small that it ultimately disappeared. Then the citta felt faint, and I couldn't tell where I was. What caused the light? At the time, I had no idea what it was. When I directed the citta to look at something, I didn't know why I would know and see things. I had no clue why it happened. As I retraced what had happened, the citta was filled with incredible bliss. It was a kind of bliss that really can't be compared to anything. It wasn't like the kind of bliss derived from worldly belongings. As I stood up to tend to the oxen, I felt a physical and mental high. I felt like I was going to fall over. If I focused, I could stand still. As I took a step forward, my leg and foot felt light, like it wasn't touching the ground. I tried stepping on the ground to see whether or not it would leave a footprint. There was a footprint, though it didn't feel like I was stepping on anything or walking. Not long thereafter, the feeling waned. My body and mind felt normal, but I was happy throughout the entire day, like I hadn't a care in the world. When it was nearly dark, I guided the oxen home. After dinner, I told my parents about what happened.